Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Harrison, and this is going to be Star Wars episode number 5 of what's happening in Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, just before I kick off, just a quick update to myself. I haven't been able to make a video in the last couple of weeks simply because I was away, and then when I got back I felt fairly ill, but all's good now, so I'm playing catch up. And my god, did I get some catch up. So last week they released the patch notes onto 1.3 onto the player test realms, and I don't even know where to start. They have done this again. I'm just going to quickly skim through. As you can see here, there are literally pages of notes on what they were implementing and all the changes they've made, bug fixes and stuff like that. And you know, I don't even know what to think of this. At the moment I'm impressed. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of stuff to try consume. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, why is there this much? Why didn't I even have a quarter of this a month ago? This would be more my aspect. I would have thoroughly enjoyed that. But we should kick on. The most important thing, obviously, is the group finder available, and I'll be kicking off hopefully tomorrow or today from the upload of this video. This is going to be the big thing. The server transfers, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll be candidate to move off our server and get onto some bigger populated, or get some merging population going and see how things work out. I know I'm coursing with my guild at the moment to try figure out what the hell we're going to be doing about that. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, and I'm jumping back into this again. Next thing was some legacy perks. You know, I spoke about all of these. The only thing that didn't really come into play a couple of weeks ago was the fact that there is a confirmation of the ranked war zones will now be available. Teams of 8 level 50 players can now compete with other war zone teams that earn rank commendations. Awesome! About time! I'm looking forward to trying this out. Now, I haven't had a chance to get onto the player test round myself because I was ill, and you know, jumping in and trying to get all this information out as quickly as possible is probably a bit more of a load than I care to take right now. But on top of things, you know, there was E3. There was some update. I did watch the E3. I managed to get around to it. They did throw out some more information for some of you out there. There was a lot of stuff on what they're planning to do in the future. It looked very much like an expansion, and I think a lot of people took it that way, but it was actually just content they're planning to do over time. What parts they give out when will be very limited. I will just go over a few of the major aspects right now. The first major bit of info I got there was that they're going to be releasing a new operation called Terror from Beyond. Now, this is probably something I'd be more inclined to expect sooner than later. I'd say this is something they planned to do for 1.3 but couldn't get it out. So that was probably something that's going to be in 1.4. The next part is that they're going to be enhancing or just making some changes to the nightmare modes. I think they're going to probably, I hope they're going to make them more difficult, but the information is sketchy on that at best. And a new war zone that they're going to be releasing as well. Like I said, these are pretty straightforward stuff. There was some nice footage that they did put out of a few different things to show the actual operations and war zones in play. All in all, though, the actual presentation of the expo was not very moving. I have to admit, there was a lot of people there, and it was one of the few games that didn't actually get an applause. I felt a bit sorry for the guy that was doing the presentation. You know, he was standing there giving it socks, and all of a sudden, nope, no one said it or a word or a banter about any of it. So I was just like, okay, we'll see how this goes in the future. But we shall move on. Going back a bit, I'm sure maybe some of you heard, but there was actually quite a few more layoffs a couple of weeks ago. I actually just got a little bit of the background news from it through friends. Unfortunately, one of the head community guys, Stephen Reed, I don't know if some of you were following on Twitter, I had him down, but he was actually let go, or I think he said he left. There was also quite a few of the developers that were let go. You know, we could look at this as a standard process, bring in new guys and new teams to try get out different content and fresh perspective while they go on to work on other projects. But all in all, I never like hearing this stuff when it comes to a game, especially in its state that it is. So hopefully things aren't looking as detrimental as they sound. And with the server transfers and some of the content that is coming through, the nightmare modes and the new Warzone, I'm actually looking forward to this patch. So I'm going to keep this one brief. I'm going to have to catch up quite a bit more on some information. That was some of the headline news that I did quickly read because, like I said, I'm bringing up a lot of information that I can try absorb right now. But I did ask for it. So my own fault. But that's it for this week, guys. I will be back. I'm going to throw up another episode hopefully in a couple of days, and I will also continue coverage on some other games that I plan to do. I'm also working on a bit on Terra. I'm working on Diablo. I recently did a load of coverage on E3 and all the games and conferences in a podcast. If you guys are interested, visit the website. I'll put a link in the description below. I do apologize for the load time on the website, something I'm hoping to resolve in the future. So if it takes a while, it's actually just bad management on my half. Don't worry about it. There's no viruses there, for example. But that's everything for me for this week. Of course, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you're still playing Star Wars, I'd like to hear some impressions. If you still want to hear some stuff going on Star Wars, I'll do what I can to keep it updated. And that is all I can think of right now. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.